guys, so today I'm going to be talking about mental health. My mental health thing I have is ADHD. ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactive Disorder, and I have been diagnosed since first grade with ADHD. If it wasn't for my first grade teacher, I don't know where I would be, everything around that. And again, I'm sorry if I'm all rambly and whatever. I actually almost got done filming it on my phone, but my camera started to act up midway through. Well, my phone camera started to act up midway through, so now I'm filming on my trusty camera, and I might have to get a new phone. But let's move on. So I will just get started and talk about my medications I have tried and have been on. My first ever medication, I think, the first one I remember and I took for a while was Adderall. And Adderall is a controlled substance. It has a form of methamphetamine in it. And yes, I know so many people will be controversial about it, but for me, I didn't like it. I had rage issues. That's a symptom. I had no appetite. I weighed 2 pounds nothing. Now going forward, I also got bad teeth from it because it does have some form of methamphetamine in it. I don't know. For me, it really didn't fit, and yeah, I think the worst one, and I think my mom could agree, is rage issues. I had the worst rage with it. Yes, I do have some anger issues. I'm not gonna lie, I do have a very, very short temper, but with this, I was so short-tempered. It was unbelievable how my mom could put up with me for so long with it. Few things that I'll just explain some of the rage things I did. I broke a door. I punched holes in the wall. Everything and anything. I had the worst rage on it. Thank you, Mom, for dealing with me, because I know I couldn't deal with myself. But so I was on that, I can't even remember when I started, till I was 12 years old, and at that point Adderall, I think, didn't have any more, couldn't go up doses, or I can't even remember why I switched, but I remember I switched to Concerta, and I am on Concerta right now. So since I was 12 till 20 pretty much, I've been on Concerta for my ADHD, and I like Concerta. It's fine. It does what it needs to do. I focus with it. I'm myself with it, if you could say that. I do kind of still have anger issues, but my dad had anger issues, so I get that from him. But for the most part, Concerta has been working well for me. I don't necessarily like it, but it's all good. With Concerta, you do have to watch for dry mouth, because I have dry mouth and it's not the best for your teeth. But so you just have to watch for some symptoms and everything. And again, with Concerta, you don't really necessarily eat a lot, and that's my biggest issue. Not as bad as Adderall, but but I like Concerta. I'm fine with being on it still, and I plan to stay on it until I either can't or I get pregnant, which won't be for 20 years. No, okay, 15 years. Yeah, in the very, very far future. But I have to get off of it. And then I tried another medication, and it was called wellbutrin. And wellbutrin is I don't even remember. It's not a controlled substance. It's, I think for anxiety, I don't even remember what wellbutrin is for, but I tried it and it made my energy levels like plummet to the ground. Like, it was so bad. I was so tired, so like, ugh. And I only took that for a day, 2 days. So I got off of that immediately. I told my doctor I'm never going to take this again. Put it as an allergy, because in my opinion, I could have seen myself being suicidal with that. And that's something you never want to deal with. So I'm off of that, never going to take it again. So, you know, I'm sticking with Concerta. And luckily for me, I didn't have to go through all the painstaking, like, medication, like, trial and errors. Luckily I was on Adderall. It gave me rage issues. So then I went on to Concerta, and Concerta's been working great for me. I've taken it every day for years now, so. And then, what else? I was gonna talk about I have like notes on like this piece of paper, but I don't know, like living with ADHD is not the easiest, but not the hardest. For me, I am medicated, so that helps tremendously. I can't deal with myself being medicated. My mommy cannot deal with me without my medication. So for me, medication has to be an option for me, or I'm just a nut case, like bad. You know, I was not the best with homework because, as you know, if you have ADHD, you can't friggin' focus on anything. So that was like the biggest issue I had all through growing up, was being like organized, doing homework on time. I'm also dyslexic, and I was diagnosed when I was in 3rd grade and have been struggling with it ever since, even before then. But you know, I do have dyslexic, but I don't think that's a mental disorder, that's a learning disorder. Sorry. In junior high, my very best friend, I met her, you know, and I didn't tell her for months and months, like almost my whole 7th grade year until 2nd semester, because I met her first semester, and I didn't tell her till like 2nd semester, when I found out one of her really, really good friends at the time was also in my learning class. So I opened up to her now, and she doesn't care. She could care less. But one thing is when we did have sleepovers and whatever, like she'd be like, Keely, because we would go bed till like 2, 3 in the morning, wake up, and you know, we would just be talking. She'd be like, I can't deal with you, take your medicine. You know, like my whole family tells me, and you know, which is totally fine. I agree on it on all levels that I do need my medication. Yeah, I don't know what to say about ADHD. You fidget a lot. And one thing that I learned about ADHD is I can't organize stuff on my phone. So I know a lot of people, because you know, we are in like whatever 21st century, is that what it's called now? I don't know. You know, we are in 2017 where, you know, you do like have your calendar and everything on your phone, and I can't. I don't know why. I cannot do that. I have to physically write it down in a planner. And I found that out in junior high, because I had to for a couple classes, but I never kept on it, to be honest. Like, I could care less. It wasn't until like senior year I kind of noticed that I'm better if I write things down in a planner. And then it wasn't like, you know, I kind of knew like that's how I work and whatever, but when I got my job I have now as being a nanny, I have to write everything down, or because the first couple of times like I didn't, like I think a couple weeks I didn't, so I was like all scatterbrained. But now I write it all down in my planner, and it's kind of like a journal, if you can say. Like I write like events that happened that day or what happened, you know. So for me, and if you do suffer from ADHD, let me know if that works for you. If you work better with a planner than writing, like putting it in your phone. What else? I think that's it. I don't know. If you guys have questions about ADHD and about me, let me know. I kind of just doing this just because Olivia told me to. So she's gonna be doing a thing about her mental illnesses, and so I decided I should do it on mine. I have ADHD, I've had it my whole life. I'm not a perfectionist, but I like things my way, or the highway. Like my stuff is my stuff, don't touch my stuff. I also suffer from that. I don't know. But yeah, again, if you do have ADHD, let me know what works for you guys. Like with the whole like planner situation, how do you keep your schoolwork done, and how do you guys take notes? Because for me that's the hardest thing, because like my brain's like just so let me know what you guys do if you guys have ADHD, and you know, what are your tips for people. I think mine are know your medications. Don't worry if you have to do the trial and error process. And planners is a huge thing for me, a huge thing. Yeah, let me know. I would love to, you know, get a conversation going, or, you know, just learn more about people with ADHD. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I think this is Mental Health Awareness Day on Tuesday. I'm filming this Monday, so tomorrow, or today for you guys. So happy Mental Health Day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.